carbon pollution, because as cars go faster, they use more pollution. So unfortunately, this is also affecting EVs. I'm hoping they would do something about this soon, but it doesn't look like they're going to.
So the e-tron is our family daily car, but I must say that it is the worst car that we've ever had. Even though we were trying to be good for the environment by using electricity as the government has been promoting, it's just not convenient and it doesn't work as a family car. There's so many problems with having an electric car if you can't charge from home.
Please drive to the right after 3.
We are trying to go to another city, and before we go we would usually put in petrol. With an electric car you'd have to go and charge, so we go to a charger. The first one we've gone to, the charger is broken, so now we look for the next available charger, and there is somebody already plugged in, so
Drive to the right.
they've already plugged in but they're not charging. So now we're just waiting either for them to finish or to find another charger, which has already wasted about 45 minutes before we even start our journey, and then it will be the same thing on the way back. So it just really dampens your day. It's just inconvenient, it's not practical, and I would not recommend an electric vehicle to anybody. The only positive thing I can say about this car is the ride can be comfortable and the seats are nice. Besides that, I wouldn't say anything is really great about this car, and if you are thinking of getting this car, I'd say don't. Just stick to petrol for now until the system is changed. There's a lot more chargers. I wouldn't ever recommend this.
So you can see, even on a long journey, we started off with 140 miles at the top, now we've got 88, and we're only getting 2.2 miles to a kilowatt hour, which is not that great, and I'm only doing 50 miles per hour in the slow lane on a freeway, because the speed limit is 50 for some stupid reason in this zone. That's not really good enough, honestly. You have to charge for too long to get this energy back, and when we did try to go to 2 chargers, one was broken and one was just had a parked car blocking it, and now we're gonna have to go find another charger because this trip is actually going to consume the entire range of the e-tron. So we're just going to put back what we've used, that way I can actually show you how much it costs to go each way. Each way is 63 miles exactly. And this is another thing that annoys me. The wires are always touching the freaking paintwork, and this is really annoying when you have a black car. Any car that is this price, it will scratch the car. So what we have to do is always use a yellow rag that I got from Costco, like a bulk buy, and I just place them on the paintwork so it doesn't get scratched. Okay, so total we paid is £24.31, and this is just to get us to our destination, which is 63 miles from our house. We are just putting in the same energy that we used, so we use 48 kilowatts in each direction, and that cost us £24.31 each way. So if you look at it, that's almost 50 pounds. I wouldn't have used 50 pounds of fuel in my C63, and I wouldn't have had to waste over an hour sitting at a charger on each leg of the trip. Just like the beginning leg of our trip, we used 3 different apps, including the Audi's own navigation system, tells you if the chargers are available. And unfortunately, this guy has just plugged in, and this is the closest 50 kilowatt charger to where we need to be, near our house. So I'm gonna just give up, since it's saying there's no other chargers available nearby, at least at this speed. I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow and try again. So I came back today, which is tomorrow. The Tesla owner has just beat me to the charger. Luckily he needs the 22, he said it, so I can use the 50. But unfortunately, we both need to be parked in the spot that he's in so we can reach the cables. So I had to park sideways through another 2 bays, basically, just so I can barely reach the 50 kilowatt. And unfortunately for the Tesla guy, he couldn't get the 22 to work, but I've already connected via the app, which he said wasn't working for him. and he's on the phone with customer service and they can't get it started either. So I'm not going to stay very long so he can have my 50 kilowatt charger. But it's just another annoying thing. The chargers are designed in a way where it doesn't fit the criteria of all the charging systems in the cars. They need to get longer cables because this is just not cool. And a lot of time you'll come and you won't be able to fit in the bay, and that one you can't charge. So after this trip, my wife was pretty annoyed how much work it was to actually charge. Luckily for her, mostly this is all on me. I tend to charge the car and get it all ready for the trips. And when I don't, then she realizes what it's like for me. So she's actually said, just go buy another daily. We're basically, criteria was just get something relatively good price and something that has 4 doors. So I went out and bought a C300, and that is now going to be the new daily instead of the e-tron, just because there's just not enough chargers. Maybe in the future it'll be easier, but I definitely would not get another e-tron. It just eats the energy. And if you look at how many kilowatts we used, almost 50 kilowatts to drive 62 miles. That's insane. So in city driving, I'm getting 25 mpg average, and you can see the low end is 10.1, on the high end it was closer to 30. In the e-tron, in this local drive that I do, take my wife to work or just go to the local shop, it's 0.7 miles to a kilowatt hour of energy, which is 1 kilowatt hour energy is costing me between 56 pence and 70 pence, just depending on where I'm charging. So you can see it's slightly cold, it's 46 outside. I'm just gonna turn on the heating, and as I just turn it up, I'm gonna put it to 3, and look what happened to my range. It's on that high 67 and 3. That's not that hot. At least the seats are very comfortable for all the time they're going to be sitting and charging. So I'm just going to be using the e-tron here and there and not taking any more freeway trips just because it just takes too long to put the energy back. Decided to use the e-tron today, so just plugged it in at this local, it's a 22 kilowatt charger. It's only pulling 11 for some reason. And I'm just going to go do some grocery shopping at Marks and Spencer's and then run a few errands. But the car is saying it's going to take 28 hours and 22 minutes on this charger to fully charge it, which obviously I'm not going to do. I'm only going to be here for maybe an hour and a half. I wonder what they're going to actually do for people that can't charge at home or for people that do a lot more miles. They're going to have to make these more efficient. Everyone's telling me Teslas are much better, so I might honestly just get myself a Tesla soon. We'll see what happens. I do want to try it, to be fair, but I'm going to want the Model 3 Performance. I'm a car guy and I like fast stuff, so I guess stay tuned and see what happens. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next Wednesday for a new video.